The Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine returned to action for round 2, heading to the home of the Belgian Grand Prix, Spa-Francorchamps. Historically, Spa-Francorchamps has played a huge role in the success of Prema over the previous 4 occasions we have visited the Ardennes circuit, with team boss René Rosin's Italian outfit winning 5 of the last 6 races that have been held there. And Prema would welcome Mac Dorian Pan into their lineup heading into the race weekend, having missed out on Misano due to a commitment with the F1 Academy Jeddah round that would lead her to taking victory yet again in the series. So she arrived into the Belgium round full of confidence.
Yeah, very happy to be back in this championship. Obviously doing F1 Academy also this year. Prioritizing to F1 Academy, but yeah, it's a high-level championship. I'm learning quite a lot, and it's my 2nd year now. So yeah, I hope we're gonna reach some good results. But I'm working hard for that, and I feel more ready, obviously, with a full season behind. So yeah, I hope we're gonna do some good step. Already the pre-season testing was positive, so looking forward to the season.
That wouldn't be the only return to this season's championship, with CL Motorsport in only their 2nd weekend in the series, opting for a lineup change. With Valeria Rinicella only scheduled for a solitary 1-round appearance at Misano, in would step Frenchman Matteo Capietto for his 3rd Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine campaign appearance. Having already competed in 2022 with Monolight Racing and in 2023 with RPM. He arrives back after marking his European Le Mans Series LMP2 debut last year, taking a win, and also marking his debut appearance in the Le Mans 24-hour.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be back in Spa in the Formula Regional. Being back in a single-seater is quite an experience. It's about now putting everything together. It's a fresh new team, so we have some work to do, but I'm confident that before the end of the weekend we'll find some tricks and make it work together.
The 2nd of 2 new CL Motorsport drivers also marks the return of Michael Belov. The 23-year-old arrives into his 5th consecutive season in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine, having already competed in both JD Motorsport and G4 Racing in 2021, the latter of which he would take to victory with at Spa-Francorchamps that season. He would later join MP Motorsport for 2022, return to G4 Racing for 2023, and then move to Trident for 2024, in all that time picking up podiums in sporadic races.
Yeah, it was nice to be here for sure. Thanks to CL for this opportunity to make it the car. So it's better to drive the car than sitting at home on sofa. So yeah, I love the job. I love the work on the car and make some laps here. Yeah. About the young age, I'm like 23 now, so I did the 1st season of FRECA and I'm still doing FRECA, so didn't make step up, but it is what it is.
And after a thrilling first round of the championship at Misano, the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine also marked the introduction and presentation of its newly launched Pirelli Rising Car Award. An award that is bestowed on the driver that gains the most positions from the starting grid to the checkered flag across the 2 races over the weekend. With a grand total of 11 positions gained, the first recipient would be RPM's Enzo Peugeot, after he started 18th on the grid for race 1, eventually finishing 13th, and starting 17th in race 2, before finishing 11th.
Yeah, no, obviously it was great races, race 1 and race 2. I did a lot of overtake and was not the result expected, but we showed the pace in races, so we just have to improve our qualifying. Yeah, sure, it gave me a lot of confidence for now for Spa, and we'll try to improve the qualifying to start further up and try to do the same overtakes.
Qualifying 1 wouldn't go down without drama as the session got underway. A barrier crash heading into campus at turn 15 for Axel GP driver Sakir Al-Maushari would bring a premature end to the session, with it being determined that all times in qualifying 1 would be null and void due to the extensive barrier repairs. As a result, the starting grid for race 1 would be implemented with the results from collective test 1, meaning that Prema's Freddie Slater would start on pole position for the 2nd time this season, with RSGP's Enzo Deligny joining him on the front row. All the cars now lined up here, 28 of them. Taken to the grid, as all 5 lights are lit, they go out and it's pedal to the metal, and it's go, 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 and oh my goodness, there's a car stopped on track, and that's Jin Nakamura, who has had a very slow getaway, and he's not alone. Another car installed. It looks like a Santa lock further back as well. Now, I'm not sure if that's the same issue Tim Gerhards is having, like he had from Misano, but Nakamura back into the gravel as well. But that has not deterred Freddie Slater at the front end of the order. He leads the way here as they now climb up through Rouge and Radion. He's got Enzo Deligny for company as well, who's going to look to try and strip him down. Also, not to mention further back, Matteo De Paolo, who has now crept into P3 after Nakamura's issue right at the get-go here as they now fly up through towards Lake Com. Matteo De Paolo now looking to the inside. It's Enzo Deligny though with the lead, and he's taking it away from young Freddie Slater, and it's De Paolo holding in third. Gilter, the protagonists from last round of Misano, are back again in the thick end of it all, in the higher echelons of this classification once again. And also Akshay Bora into sixth place. We've got Yamakoshi down in seventh. Biren Bhakti a steady start with Rashid Al Dahiri inside that top 10, met with teammate Jack Beaton. Oh no, that's the number 9 of Maceo Capietto, currently beached into the gravel, and the safety car is out. Will effectively be the safety car and get them back underway. Freddie Slater locked in behind, waiting for his chance to pounce. Obviously looking to return the serve on Deligny after Deligny took him, coming up through towards Lake Com. So now they round turn 18 and turn 19 and get back underway. Venturing out now onto the home straight. The green flag gets waved, and it's pedal to the metal for the second time in this race now. And it's Enzo Deligny getting a good restart in behind as well. Freddie Slater heading down in towards turn 1. Matteo De Paolo down in third as well. Evan Gilter in fourth. As they do make their way around, still Slater unable to get the move one and done. Michael Belov on the attack this time again as well. Looking to try and get past Canato Laird. Oh my goodness me! That's Pedro Clero. And the number 7 of Nandavad Biren Bhakti into the gravel on the outskirts of Lake Com, heading in towards Melmedi as they peeled through turns 5 and 6. So what a drive again from Michael Belov on his return to the championship. And there is the 22 of Pedro Clero trying to self-right himself out of the gravel. There's going to be a lot of it on the circuit now, but Clero doing a good job to self-right himself, but he is so detached. Who sits in fifth, and now as we watch them look to duel it out, indeed it will be Yamakoshi moving up to the 7th, and now Bora forfeiting a place again, this time to Enzo Peugeot as they come through the Lafanier chicane. So Enzo Peugeot moving back ahead of Akshay Bora. But he took every opportunity at Misano, did Peugeot, as now back comes Bora again, coming through towards Blanchimont, wheel to wheel. As they now race down through towards the bus stop chicane, the better line here in hand for Akshay Bora, and they're towing along as well. The 14 belonging to Rashid Al Dahiri, but he's been immediately cut off at this point. Akshay Bora now taking the place back from Enzo Peugeot. But it's still opened up a gap to Yamakoshi, who has now been able to grow that outwards. Holds on to fifth still as Rashid Al Dahiri looks up the inside as well. Going through turn 1, side by side between him and Enzo Peugeot as they come out of the source. There's Peugeot, hot on the heels now of Akshay Bora as they sprint uphill through towards Lake Com. Here comes Freddie Slater looking for the race lead as well once more. It's Enzo Deligny looks to cut off any chance of the young Prema driver looking to take the front, and indeed he takes the off track and back now onto the circuit, but this time with the lead in his hands. But will he have to get that position back as they head down through towards Rivage this time? Indeed, Deligny now up the inside, and Slater is forfeiting it. Forfeits the place. Prior results before 2024, where they have obtained fantastic podium finishes. Here comes Rashid Al Dahiri at the inside of Enzo Peugeot. And a great move from Al Dahiri, but Peugeot looking for the switchback as they come out of turn 1. Here with 30 minutes and 50 or so to go. Plus 1 lap, of course. As they ascend uphill, Rashid Al Dahiri confirming his place. In terms of most wins accrued, Slater has registered himself as the most successful driver in that series, now looking to do the same again in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine, and immediately takes away the lead from Enzo Deligny, and now storms uphill through towards Lake Com. Deligny still in his wheel tracks. He might yet even take it back here at the top of the hill, but can't quite do it. Slater shutting that door. Honda supported, that's for sure, as now we watch a few movements further up as well. Now that looks like the ART of, well, the 95 belonging to Evan Gilter coming under blow from Yamakoshi. No personal best this time around though, just managing those tyres. Back comes Evan Gilter again on Hayu Yamakoshi. Gilter now back into 4th place. DeParlo, though, becomes the threat and has taken P2 away from Enzo Deligny, the Trident driver, managing to surpass Enzo Deligny. As they now beckon their way down through towards the final bus stop chicane here through turns 18 and 19. We've got some further movements at the rear, well, should I say the back end of the top 10 as well. Very late on the brakes from Akshay Bora. Huge error, very nearly close to contact as well with the... Well, looked to be, I think Hayu Yamakoshi was part of that. And unfortunately for Akshay Bora, he's now dropped behind Rashid Al Dahiri. Just and for the first time, Freddie Slater marks a British driver winning here at Spa in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. Prema continue their devastating run here at this circuit. 5 wins in their last 5 races here at this circuit. It's Matteo DeParlo who will taste all places on the podium in the first 3 races. He has taken a 1st, 3rd and now a 2nd, with Enzo Deligny in 3rd place, his first podium of the season.
Yeah, it's mega, obviously, to get the win on the board, especially around Spa. What a cool track to drive. Also, the toe is so powerful that the racing is super close, as you saw out there. So in the start, it was about buying my time and then getting through past Enzo, and then just trying to open up the gap as much as I could. Used push to pass when I needed it, and yeah, got the job done in the end.
So yeah, it was quite tricky because we started before. That is not bad, but it's not the same thing as starting front row. But we made a good start. Gained already 1 position from the start until the first corner. Then just was all about to manage the tires, manage the push pass, and then at the end my pace was really strong. I managed to get the place on Enzo, and I think it was a quite good race. Now we are also leading in the championship, so it's another good thing to take from this race.
Yeah, it was a tough one for me. We took the lead on lap 1 and we stayed there for the first part of the race, but then I just struggled with the grip in the middle sector, and just not enough to win today, but still happy to be on the podium.
Qualifying returned to normality on Sunday morning as we look to form the grid for race 2. Group B would go first with the early rainfall, despite ending long before the drivers took to the circuit, still creating a greasy surface out on track. Persevering on the slick Pirelli tyres, fast laps would be continuously exchanged as the track began to generate. Setting the pace would be Van Amersfoort Racing's Hayu Yamakoshi, who in the closing stages lit up the timing screen before setting Group B's fastest lap time with a 2:13.682. This would hold firm through the final moments, with RHGP's Enzo Deligny finishing only 85 thousandths behind. However, Yamakoshi would receive a post-qualifying penalty, forfeiting 2 grid positions, handing the top spot in Group B to Deligny. Next came the turn of Group A to take to the Spa circuit, which had its own fair share of drama. As with 5 minutes remaining in the session, a red flag would be called by race control after 3 cars would slide off track at Campus at turn 14. With only minor minutes remaining, it was a battle against the clock. Eventually, Prema and Mercedes junior driver Rashid Al Dahiri clinched pole position, narrowly beating ART Grand Prix driver Kanato Lay after the 2 drivers exchanged in a fierce battle over the top spot. Rashid Al Dahiri would go on to claim the fastest time with a 2:10.987, ahead by just over 3.5 tenths of a second from Japan's Kanato Lay. So the pace car lines up at the back. We await the green flag from the marshal as it gets waved. As now the lights go red here at Spa. All 5 of them are indeed lit. And it's pedal to the metal, and it's go, 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 go. Great start for Rashid Al Dahiri, but an even better one, I think, from Kanato Lay, who now will duel down with him in towards turn 1. A lock-up from the 23 of Enzo Deligny as they make their way out of the first corner. Indeed, a little bit of contact, and the Prema car's gone off. Oh, my goodness. And has collected as well the number 20 of Michael Belov on his return to the track. The very location where he would win here back in 2021, well, it's come to a head, and now he's been held up, and they are now disconnected from the rest of the field. But at the head of it all, but they're still there, and indeed that's Dorian Pan who unfortunately has come to a very grinding halt here now, but immediately up at the very top, it's going to be the RHGP team now witnessing one of their drivers, Enzo Deligny, hitting the front here at Spa. Rashid Al-Dahiri down in the second, Jin Nakamura. Safety car has come out, obviously, for the incident at turn 1. Still yet to clear the cars, and that's a very sorry end to the weekend for Dorian Pan, who had a wonderful qualifying session. Let's take a look at the replay again. It was a decent start for Rashid Al-Dahiri, just not as good as Kanato Lay. Enzo Deligny got a massive jump. We saw Jin Nakamura just waving his hands as well to Hayu Yamakoshi as they made their way through towards turn 1. Now this is where it all happened. The two Prema cars actually colliding. Now I think that might have been Freddie Slater and Dorian Pan coming together just briefly on the escape coming out of turn 1. There is the first Prema car. It might actually have been Jack Beaton who might have come out in all of this. In fact, is that 3 cars there just standing at the very start? We didn't see it from our own angle. But it looks like, yes, it was. Freddie Slater was in the mix of that. So there were 3 Prema cars that were bound together that included Jack Beaton. For the second time in this race now. A very good solid getaway from Deligny. Rashid Al-Dahiri following in behind too. Nakamura lock up straight away. That time from Kanato Lane has opened the door. Gladly taken by Hayu Yamakoshi, who moves up into 5th. Taito Kato also waiting in the wings as well for his own opportunities. Now they fly up through Rouge and Radion. Deligny, Al-Dahiri, Nakamura, Yamakoshi, Kanato Lay as well, who's now looking to try and return the service, now taking a very uncomfortable run is the 89 of Taito Kato, as now they sprint uphill once again. Deligny with the lead for now. Here comes Rashid Al-Dahiri to the outside, looking to now regather the race lead. A lock up from Deligny now as they come up through towards Les Combes, and they both go off track and rejoin, but it's Rashid Al-Dahiri who essentially had nowhere else to go, with Hayu Yamakoshi now in 4th, consolidated the place after getting past Kanato Lay, and now Taito Kato looking to take on his teammates as well. They were 3/10 behind, but now a lovely move there from Taito Kato to now move up into 5th place ahead of Kanato Lay. Is now seemingly under pressure as now Al-Dahiri and Deligny come together this time around as well, and Deligny with the lead of the race as they come in towards Les Combes. The 2 RPMs now dashing all across the circuit as they venture in side by side, and Giovanni Maschio and Enzo Peugeot locking horns as they do so around the outside from Peugeot as he ventures into the gravel trap, and that will open the door once again for Maschio to consolidate the place. Bora locks up heading through Rivage. Maschio regathers himself, retakes the place that he lost, and Jack Beaton moves on through. A golden opportunity from the man from the Gold Coast, and he now moves further up inside the top 10 after the mistake from the RPM drivers, and also by Akshay Bora with his lockup as well, heading through Rivage. Big bold moment then from Jack Beaton. Pulled off arguably one of the overtakes of the race back at Misano, overtakes of the weekend, with a succulent switchback coming through the realms of turn 10 and turn 11. Oh, and there's a car off there as well. That's Edouard Borgner. Oh my goodness, of course we saw him spin at Eau Rouge and Radion in qualifying. He seemed to recover from that, but he's not recovering from this one, it would seem. And a yellow flag has been raised at turn 5. So no overtaking at that part of the circuit. Let's see how that unfolded again. A little bit of contact with the Santaloc driver just in behind. That is heartbreak. In towards turn 1, and they'll put pedal to the metal for the 3rd time in this race. Now Enzo Deligny getting a good restart. Rashid Al-Dahiri following its every move as now they move down in towards turn 1. A big look here from Jack Beaton once again as he looks to topple Giovanni Maschio. Big ball manoeuvre there from the man from the Gold Coast in Australia, with I'm sure his father Justin Beaton watching on. Would have given a big grand golf clap if he managed to pull that one off. We're going to get an early pounce on Maschio, who manages to hold on and remain in 7th place behind Kanato Lay as they now fly uphill. But we got a battle for the lead now unfolding, and it's not Al-Dahiri, it's Yamakoshi. Hayu Yamakoshi hits the front, and enter Jin Nakamura as well, as now major changes happen to the front end of the order, and a big spin as well. Rashid Al-Dahiri making contact with Jin Nakamura, heading through out of Les Combes. through towards Malmedy, and a fleet of places lost. It won't lead to a safety car, that's for sure. Rashid Al Dahiri in free fall. But as they storm uphill, plenty of movements could be in the offing, plenty of movement further back as well. Mashkio Kanato Lay, but it's the move for the lead that we're all looking towards, and Enzo Deligny looking to plumb for a move here past Hayu Yamakoshi and takes P1 back. So Enzo Deligny returns to the top with a minute plus 1 lap to go. It looks like the next lap will be the final one, as now they descend downwards through Rivage. Jin Nakamura with company as well, with Taito Kato all over his tail. To withstand the pressure, retains P3. But there's a major opportunity here now for Taito Kato to grasp a podium, with the use of the slipstream heading up through towards Lecom, and maybe some push to pass as well. A major battle now out here on track over the final podium place. It is still, though, Deligny who leads the way. Further back, we're almost 3 wide as well on the run up through towards turn 5 and 6. It is still, though, Taito Kato. He's managed to plumb for the move, and he is taken third ahead of Jin Nakamura. And further back, it's Matteo De Paulo, who has flown from the clouds as they now come into the Lafania chicane. There is the 55 of Dion Gouda. Further back, Chap Beaton, who has lost a couple of places. Rashid Al Dahiri, his teammate, going the long way around here. Now this time around against Evan Giltaire, looking to take down the ART man, and a race winner from Baka Misano as well. And I think he's managed to pull it off as well. But here on the final lap, we can't bear not to look to the front, because Enzo Deligny, who has achieved a points finish in every start so far, but had not taken a podium this season until he arrived here at Spa-Francorchamps in race 1 yesterday. Well, he's going to arrive once more here this time at Spa-Francorchamps as a race winner, as we see a car go off late. That's Jin Nakamura, but Enzo Deligny wins for the first time in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. It's a victory here at Spa, and for the first time since Gabriele Bortoleto back in 2022, RHGP take a victory here at Belgium.
Yeah, it was a great weekend for me. We knew this track. I like this track a lot. The team is very good at this track. So podium yesterday and win today. It's both good results. Yeah, it was crazy. You had so many little touches, little lockups here and there, and everyone fighting so much. So it was a bit chaotic. We have to see now with a couple things, but yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it was like amazing safety car restart. When I overtook 2 of them, I got this race. So I pushed as much as I can, but in the end, the Enzo had more pace than me. It's shame us missing people, but P2 is much better result than Misano last round. I'm really happy for this result.
Yeah, I think it was really amazing race. I think when I start from P7 to P3 finish, and then we are struggling a lot, FP1, FP2, actually P16 or P17, but team was a really good team, good work, and then hard work as well. My engineer is good to make a good setup. And then qualifying was P7, but not bad. It's quite improvement compared to FP1, FP2. And then finally getting the podium. Yeah, it was amazing feeling.
Yeah, it was a very good race. Started a lot better. I think we still had a bit more pace in there in qualifying, but it was okay, starting in the top 10, and then the racing was just incredible. 3 wide going to T5, and it was very fun out there, and yeah, managed to get a couple of places on the last lap and finish in P6.
With Spa-Francorchamps now complete, the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine strikes its gaze at the notorious bank quarters of Zandvoort, a unique and technical circuit that provides immense excitement upon serving as the prime location for the Formula One Dutch Grand Prix, but also home to passionate Dutch fans and to yearly championship contenders Van Amersfoort Racing. Be sure to join us for all the action on the 6th to the 8th of June.